welcome to Misogynist Media. It's Friday here in Australia, and I thought I'll do a quick ramble video for you all. And this is going to be an anti-feminist ramble, because I feel like this is something that should be discussed, and it's sort of a pet peeve of mine. The thing that I find pisses me off is that in the whole anti-feminist versus feminist debate, a lot of people think in one or the other, black or white, polar opposites. You got one side, like the traditionalists who want women just to stay at home and raise kids. But then you got the rad femmes who want women to have abortions, spend their whole life collecting cats and having miserable careers. I'm of the opinion that you can be both. And what I mean is that I'm sick of the stereotype that both sides portray women with a stereotype. The feminists portray mothers as blubbering baby factories who have no life and they're slaves to their husbands and their boys. That's wrong. That's a false stereotype. Mothers are not blubbering idiots. But traditionalists also think that working women are miserable, ugly, pathetic, that they should be mothers, and they have both sides have these really nasty ways of trying to stereotype and generalize women and women's choices. But I'm of the opinion that women should be whatever they want. And I want to be a mother. I would love to be a mother, but I also want to be a teacher. I do not see what's wrong with me wanting to not just be able to raise a kid, but to also further my education and go beyond what I already know. Because having an education it's not harmful. Yeah, maybe you have a kid and you don't work for a couple of months because you breastfeed and stuff, but that doesn't mean you don't stop bettering yourself. Women should be, either side should support women wanting to better themselves, but also wanting to be mothers. Everybody always thinks in polar opposites, that women are either mothers and not educated, or they're educated but they're not mothers. And that's just simply wrong. Because there's women out there that undertake university degrees to have a good working career, but they also want to be mothers or are currently mothers. And they're not bad mothers, they're good mothers. And the fact that both sides of the spectrum, whether you're anti-feminist, traditionalist, or whatever you call yourself, both spectrums have got women's choices all wrong. And I'm not talking statistics, I'm talking just choices in general. I think the reason why women are more miserable now is because feminists work in absolutes. Where if you have a career, you must be masculine, you must be manly, you must fuck the status quo, you can't be feminine, you can't do this or that. And I think that's what making women miserable. Then it's not that they can't be mothers, it's that they can't be feminine, they can't be educated, they can't be both. Feminists have this really horrible standard that not only is a woman to be motherless and not have children, she has to be masculine, she has to fuck the patriarchy, it's not women should think for themselves and choose themselves and live the life they want to live however however they can legally allow it. It's just feminists just want to strip women and make women into this one-of-a-kind mould. And I see traditionalists and traditional anti-feminists have the same attitude. Instead of it just being, oh, well, women can be educated and be mothers, or women can have a successful career and also manage their children, it's completely goes over all these people's heads that there are women out there that juggle both. There are women out there who are happy, that can be feminine and have a good career, that can be, they can even be tomboys and still be mothers. They don't have to be anything. The whole idea of getting rid of gender stereotypes wasn't getting rid of actual gender and denying biology. It was just letting people choose the life they want to live. It was letting tomboys be tomboys. Because back in my day, and this is like 20 years ago, women who didn't follow the status quo and weren't into makeup or acting like other girls and didn't fit in were simply tomboys. And there was nothing wrong with that. And now these days we've got all 100 or so genders and all this other crap. So my rant today is just that at the end of the day, stop thinking in absolutes. Stop thinking in generalizations. When you speak about women, it's not one or the other. There's a lot of us out there who juggle both, who juggle different sorts of lives. Some women have to work to feed their kids. It's not this ideal world where mothers get to stay at home and be mindless idiots who just push babies out, or they're just miserable cunts who have no sex and no life and have 50 cats. Enough of the stereotypes. We hate stereotypes against men. We hate those stereotypes. Well, I hate stereotypes about women. And I feel like both sides have a problem. So that's just my rant for Friday. And hopefully this gives you all guys something to think about. Alright, misogynist out. See you on the interwebs.